Egypt launched large-scale missile drills after Sisi's warning to Israel, signaling that Cairo is visibly sharpening its military posture in a tense regional climate. Massive nighttime missile exercises demonstrated full combat readiness, with the drills designed to show that Egypt's forces can respond quickly and at scale if needed. Advanced missiles were locked and loaded after Egypt drew a clear red line for Israel, turning the exercises into a pointed display of deterrence and resolve. At the same time, NATO joined the Egypt-Turkey Joint Air Exercise, raising questions about what the participating militaries are preparing for and what scenarios they are rehearsing. Anatolian Eagle ended with a powerful show of force, as Egypt, Turkey, and Azerbaijan highlighted their joint strength and sent a strong message of coordination and capability. Egypt's defense minister attended the final phase of a nighttime live-fire air defense exercise, underscoring the importance Cairo places on readiness and operational discipline. Army Chief Ahmed Khalifa and other senior military commanders also observed the drill, turning the exercise into a clear demonstration of top-level oversight and military coordination. Egypt's air defense forces carried out live missile drills under nighttime combat conditions, showing that they are training to operate effectively in the most difficult battlefield environments. The exercise simulated hostile air attacks using multi-range missile defense systems, giving units a realistic scenario that tested detection, tracking, and response procedures. Participating air defense units successfully intercepted all assigned aerial targets, presenting the drill as a strong display of precision, discipline, and defensive capability. Earlier phases included day and night troop movements under realistic battlefield conditions, suggesting that the exercise was designed to test endurance, mobility, and coordination across changing operational settings. Egypt said it remains committed to protecting its airspace with advanced defense systems, reinforcing its message that air defense remains a core national security priority. This comes as Egypt and Türkiye concluded the joint Anatolian Eagle 2026 air exercise in Türkiye, highlighting growing military coordination and a visible show of regional strength. The drill brought together the air forces of Egypt, Türkiye, and Azerbaijan, creating a highly visible show of regional military coordination. A NATO airborne early warning aircraft also took part in the multinational exercise, adding an important surveillance and command and control element to the drill. The exercise featured joint sorties involving advanced multi-role fighter aircraft, allowing the participating air forces to practice complex operations in a shared combat environment. Pilots rehearsed precision strikes against simulated hostile military targets, sharpening their ability to identify, engage, and neutralize threats with accuracy. The drill also included missions to defend critical infrastructure from aerial threats, reflecting the growing importance of protecting strategic assets in modern conflict. Aircrews carried out aerial refueling operations during the exercise, extending mission range and testing their ability to sustain long-duration operations. Fighter aircraft also practiced close air support missions for ground forces, strengthening coordination between air and land units in combat scenarios. Overall, the exercise was designed to strengthen interoperability and joint combat readiness among the partners, sending a clear message of preparedness and military unity. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah El-Sisi firmly ruled out any normalization of ties with U.S. ally Israel under the current circumstances. El-Sisi declared that lasting peace in the Middle East remains impossible until Israel's military campaign in Gaza comes to a complete end. The Egyptian president warned that Israel must end its occupation of Palestinian territories before any meaningful peace process can move forward. There will be no lasting peace, no genuine stability, and no real normalization, President El-Sisi declared in his remarks. The key U.S. ally stressed that only a just and comprehensive peace agreement can finally bring an end to the region's conflicts. El-Sisi further insisted that any future agreement with Israel must guarantee the establishment of an independent Palestinian state. Egypt's president made these remarks during the inauguration ceremony of the country's new strategic command headquarters.
There will be no lasting peace, no true stability, and no popular normalization, except with just peace that ends the occupation, puts an end to injustice and aggression, restores rights to their rightful owners, and provides security for all.
El-Sisi's remarks came shortly after Egypt unveiled its massive new military command fortress, reportedly larger than the US Pentagon. Amid simmering regional tensions, Egypt has unveiled a vast new military command fortress in the desert, signaling how seriously Cairo takes future conflict planning. On July 4th, Egypt officially inaugurated the Octagon as its new defense ministry headquarters, marking a symbolic shift away from old Cairo-era command centers. The Octagon is set to become the permanent command center for Egypt's armed forces, bringing the country's top generals and planners together under one secure roof. The complex sits inside Egypt's new administrative capital east of Cairo, tying the heart of military power to the country's emerging political and bureaucratic hub. The facility sprawls across around 22,000 acres and is carved up into 13 operational zones, each designed to handle different missions in peace and wartime. 8 huge octagonal buildings will house Egypt's key military commands, concentrating decision-making and coordination inside a single heavily protected complex. Inside the new War HQ, secure communication networks link crisis centers across the complex, allowing commanders to share information in real time. At its core sits a cybersecure command hub, hardened against hacking and built to keep Egypt's military connected even under digital attack. A strategic data center lies at the heart of the Octagon, storing and processing the intelligence and battlefield data that drive every major decision. The complex is wired into early warning systems, feeding commanders alerts on incoming threats from air, land, sea, or cyberspace. It has been built to operate through national emergencies, from war and terror attacks to natural disasters and internal crises. The design ensures key government functions can stay operational, even if the rest of the country is under severe strain. Within the wider site, hospitals, schools, and housing are integrated, creating a self-contained city that can support families and personnel long-term. The elite Republican Guard secures the complex, turning the Octagon into one of the most heavily protected locations in Egypt. The site is deliberately designed to function in both peace and conflict, shifting smoothly from routine administration to full wartime footing. Overall, the Octagon is meant to deliver a major boost to Egypt's national command capabilities, tightening control over every branch of the armed forces. The project forms a central pillar of Egypt's wider military modernization drive, which aims to update doctrine, equipment, and infrastructure together. High-tech security infrastructure surrounds and saturates the complex, from surveillance systems to layered access controls built for a long, uncertain future. Israeli media has flagged Egypt's expanding military capabilities and broader defense modernization as a growing point of concern. News One said Israeli security circles are closely tracking Egypt's military upgrades, watching the trend with increasing attention. Israeli assessments are also questioning Egypt's large-scale arms purchases and the scope of its military training efforts. Some analysts believe Egypt's buildup may even exceed the threats coming from its western and southern borders. Israeli officials are monitoring Egyptian military activity across the Sinai Peninsula, where every movement is being viewed through a strategic lens. Infrastructure and logistics upgrades in Sinai are drawing particular Israeli attention, especially as they continue to expand. The Gaza war and wider regional conflicts have heightened Israeli security concerns, making the situation even more sensitive. Israel views military changes near Sinai with special strategic caution, given the area's long-standing importance to both sides. Sinai remains governed by special security terms under the 1979 peace treaty, which makes any military shift there politically significant. Despite the concerns, Egypt and Israel continue security coordination against extremists, keeping a practical channel open between them. The report links Egypt's military growth to broader Middle East security shifts, where many states are strengthening their forces. Regional instability is driving countries to boost defense and military readiness, as the entire security environment grows more uncertain.